I'm not doing it for the money, even though we still do it for the bag.
Yeah, you gotta secure the bag. You gotta secure the bag.
But it's still.
You gotta feed your family.
I was on the road, yeah, securing that bag, getting that cake, yeah.
What's up YouTube, it's your boy MX Style. This is how it's going down. In this episode I'll be bringing you some Chainlink news, analysis, as well as price predictions. So first of all, looking off at the markets, we have not much movement overall, other than Chainlink, of course, which this video is about. We can see that in the last 24 hours Chainlink has gone up 20%, and in the last week it's gone up 75%. So I have to declare that since I've taken a position out in Chainlink, which was roughly a month ago, I have doubled my money, which is very good, and there is definitely more room to grow, and we'll definitely get into that later on in the video. So looking at the biggest gainers, we have Numeraire, which I believe was listed on Coinbase, or I heard something roughly to do with that. Swipe as well, I have a bag of Swipe, I've doubled my bag there. Waves, I have not bought a bag of, but I'm looking to buy. But you can see there's a lot of pumpage basically. I'm not going to go through all of it. You guys are smart, you can read, you have eyes, hopefully you're not colorblind. If you are, I'm sorry, you can press dislike, I'll forgive you. And looking at DeFi, the biggest coins that we have, oh surprise surprise, Chainlink's number one. Maker, so when I first got into crypto, this coin was around $300 and something. Essentially these are all decentralized finance coins, and if you guys don't have any exposure to DeFi, I suggest getting some exposure. Maybe if you want to get a lower cap coin, if you have a high risk tolerance, then get a lower cap coin. If you like more stability and more reliance and more reputable coins, then I would suggest maybe going with the top 5. So anything from Chainlink to Aave. Obviously the cheaper coin that you buy, the higher return on your investment, and the more coins that you can buy, so on and so forth. So looking at the chart real quick, I've drawn a Fibonacci retracement just from the recent high that we've had. Was it today, I believe? Yeah, it was today. Just from the bottom, which was roughly, bear with me guys, roughly a month or 2 months ago, and we can see here Fibonacci I talk about all the time. These are well respected percentage retracement and support lines that is very well respected, as you can see throughout each and every Fibonacci retracement line. And essentially we've had a retracement the last couple of days to the 0.618, and we've pumped all the way through the 0.786, and we did touch the this mark here, and I do expect us to possibly have a retracement back to the 0.786, which is all healthy and part of a healthy bullish market cycle, and I wouldn't be worried. If you guys do want to buy Chainlink, then I wouldn't necessarily buy it now, because essentially you guys have seen the pattern that's been emerging. We pump, we retrace a bit, we pump, we retrace a bit. Here we retrace quite a lot, but we pump. You get the gist of where I'm going. So essentially we could retrace all the way down to $14, which I could see possible, or we could pump all the way up to the R5 slash $20 mark, which is roughly, I don't know, it's quite a big move away. That is roughly a 22% move. But I personally, in my opinion, when I buy coins, I look to buy in the red. If you buy it when the coin is surging, then most likely a day, a couple hours, or whatever the time frame is, the price will retrace, and your psychological strength will be tested. So essentially just wait for retracements. They're bound to happen. They're definitely bound to happen, so there's no need to rush, there's no need to FOMO, which is fear of missing out. By the way, if you're new, hit the like button, subscribe. I bring you coin breakouts, I bring you crypto news, and I try to be funny here and there. Some people say I'm not funny, but it is what it is. Anyway, so really quickly, what has brought about this massive spike in Chainlink's price surge? While looking at this article from Cointelegraph, we have here that they've been looking at data from Google and DeFi protocols such as DeFi Pulse. I'll leave a link in the description for DeFi Pulse if you guys want to check it out. And essentially Chainlink has experienced a meteoric rise this year, becoming a top 5 cryptocurrency asset. by market capitalization, and looking at the data from decentralized finance spaces such as Google, this helps to explain this phenomenon. And in the last 24 hours, Chainlink has seen a massive rise of 30% alongside other DeFi tokens like Synthetics and Maker, which seems to be tied to the demand for yield farmers trying to get their hands on YAM tokens in the much hyped new protocol. So essentially what YAM is, without making it too complicated, there's a cryptocurrency called Ampleforth, and essentially when the price is above $1 you get more Ampleforth tokens, and when the price is below $1 you get less Ampleforth tokens. So essentially YAM has sort of copied that aspect of Ampleforth, and people are trading in their Maker, their Chainlink tokens, and what was the other coin they mentioned, and their Synthetics token also, just to get their hands on YAM. Now YAM is very risky, it hasn't been audited or anything like that, so I'm personally not going to touch it. I'm happy getting these sort of gains. I don't really want to go that deep into altcoins. I'm happy with this level of risk, which is high enough as it is. Essentially, sorry, I say essentially a lot, I need to think of different words. But yeah, the battle for number 5 spot in 2020 has been waged between Bitcoin Cash, or BCH, Bitcoin SV, Litecoin and Cardano, as well as Link, and the latter entering the year well behind the other crypto competitors. However, Link kept on rising throughout the year, finally climbing to the 5th spot at the time of writing. So Chainlink has been making partnerships galore and integrating announcements non-stop throughout the year. Although diversity is no stranger to its path, there's been a number of dubious reports penned by Zeus Capital that called Chainlink a scam and crypto's version of Wirecard. Zeus claimed that it was building a short position in Link with a 99% profit target. So I do hope that they've been wrecked, because essentially they made I think a 30-page report or something like that, and they put in a massive short, as the article had said, which is a bet that the price would go down for Chainlink, and it didn't work. They tried to put out FUD, which is fear, uncertainty and doubt, and it did not work. So although they may have some valid points, I haven't read the article, and I believe in Chainlink and where this DeFi space is headed. So despite competition and critics, the token price continues to rise. Why? So we're going to get into that. As I did mention, DeFi is decentralized finance. It seems to have picked up quite a lot since the pandemic, possibly because of banks not being able to have the amount of capital required to lend out to their customers, as well as them taking heavy losses. The decentralized finance space has all been linked to a rage in the crypto world this year, with some comparing it to the ICO bubble. The total Ether supply locked up in DeFi has exploded from 1 billion in mid-June to around 4.5 billion in early August. Most, if not all, DeFi applications require some sort of price data feed. A robust, preferable decentralized feed is essential to the prosperity and security of most DeFi apps, and the lack of such feed has led to a number of well-documented debacles. Since Chainlink is the best-known player in this space, it stands to win the most from growth in the DeFi space. So if you guys think about it, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency out there. It has the first mover's advantage, and therefore, in my opinion, it will probably be the biggest cryptocurrency out there for a foreseeable amount of time. In the same fashion that Chainlink has the first mover advantage for decentralized price oracles in the DeFi space, and therefore, in my opinion, would continue to be the largest cryptocurrency space, or the largest cryptocurrency for that sort of usage. And just to let you guys know, there are alternatives to Chainlink. So you have things like Band Protocol and a number of different protocols, which I'll try to link in the description. But essentially, if you guys think it's too late to get into Chainlink, then you could possibly dip your toes into something like Band Protocol, which did see a Coinbase listing the other day and inherited a 17x, not 17%, a 17x increase in price in the last month, which is just unheard of. And that's why we're in this crypto space, because we're trying to make gains. Essentially, if you study this space enough, you can make enough money to change your whole life and retire. And I personally believe that. That's why I'm treating this like a job. Every day I'm I'm reading and I'm learning new things, and I'm updating you guys about that. And yeah, that's mainly been the article. But just to finish off, the popular interest in Chainlink is at an all-time high, and in the United States, globally, and according to data from Google Trends, the overall market sentiment plays an important part in the role of the price dynamic, which I believe is very much true. The two separate price sources seem to at least play a part in Chainlink's rise. When the Framework Ventures co-founder and early Chainlink investor Michael Anderson told Cointelegraph in April that he expected Link to rise above $25 in the near future, his prediction seemed detached from reality. But I guess now, everything is coming into fruition. And talking about the price, we'll just get into a quick Chainlink prediction. And just to look at this article, this is quite a conservative article, but I'm not really sure. I'm not sure exactly when this was written, but it says here, which is just funny to be honest. It says that the Chainlink price was predicted to reach $10 in the year 2021. $10 in the year 2021. Look at the price now. It's $16. Crazy, guys, crazy. And yeah, just to look at some of their price predictions, and also to look at the initial price of Chainlink back in 2017. The price of Chainlink at the ICO was 11 cent. Yeah, 11 cent. 11 cent. I'm gonna stop saying 11 cent. But so if the growth of DeFi continues as I hope and believe it will, then we're heading for potentially hundreds of billions locked up in DeFi, which I think is just fantastic, and is very bullish for the space. However, we are starting to see I believe a slight slowdown, but we'll have to see. With the pandemic, who knows what's going to happen. I'm not a financial expert, and this is not financial advice. This is just some guy on the internet who is a massive believer in cryptocurrency. But yeah, looking at the price predictions, bearing in mind this is quite conservative, not to fill your minds up with oh, we're going to the moon, which we probably are, just to be a bit more conservative. Some of the price predictions from Chainlink for this website, cryptocurrencypricepredictions.com, I'll link in the descriptions, but some of the predictions say that by September we could be hitting $18, October $21, by the end of the year $21, and by the end of next year it's saying potentially $45. I do think it's a bit of a stretch, to be honest, but who knows. We've seen the massive growth of Chainlink. Having said that growth, I do think that we are due a retracement, because this has just gone parabolic in the last month. It's ridiculous. Since the beginning of August, this coin has gone up 155%. And I'm not saying it's not going to continue, but at the same time, everything that goes up must come down. So that's been the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you smash the like button, share with a friend, subscribe if you're new, and hit the like button if you've been here for a while. I've got some announcements coming up, so yeah, this channel's picking up.